for tuning in. Welcome back to Gluten-Free Chica. Today I have a tasty and yet nutritional meal for your kids. We're going to make meatloaf burgers. We're going to top them with a little bit of ketchup, and we're going to serve curly fries on the side. I promise you, your kids are going to love these. All right, so the first thing that you want to do is go ahead and set your oven to 350 degrees on the bake setting. Let's go ahead and go over just a few key products that I have found that I think are kind of the best on the market. This is what I like. In our meatloaf, we're going to go ahead and use Panko Japanese style gluten-free breadcrumbs. We also have Worcestershire sauce. Say that 3 times fast. Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce. This is a great staple to keep in your kitchen. Go ahead and stock up on this one. We also are going to be using both Italian and parsley dried seasonings. I buy a lot of my seasonings at Walmart because the Great Value brand is very inexpensive and it is also gluten-free. Here we have 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 tablespoon of ketchup. I'm not going to even measure it. I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze it into our bowl. 1 teaspoon of dried Italian seasoning, 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs, 1.5 tablespoons of dried parsley, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 1.5 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 1 small egg, and 2 tablespoons of almond milk. So I'm going to start by putting in about 2 tablespoons of ketchup, not too much. So we're going to go ahead and put in our meat. Our liquids. And last but not least, our dried seasonings. And now for the secret ingredients. Take a zucchini and a medium-sized onion. We're going to put it in the food processor so that it not necessarily makes it mushy, but cuts the vegetables down very, very small. We're going to use our pulse chop feature here, and we're just going to get them done. Sometimes you'll have a few that don't want to cut right, so you just got to turn it off, open it up, move things around, and let's go ahead and add it to the hamburger meat. Now, if you still have some pieces that are a little bit big, my kids get really particular about textures, and so I won't even bother cutting them. I'll just kind of pull them out. And I'll put my gloves back on and get this mixed up. Zucchini is a really great vegetable. They're inexpensive, and they're, they don't have a lot of flavor. So you can put them in breads, you can put in meats, and all different kinds of sneaky ways to get your kids eating without them even knowing. All right, so let's go ahead and make some patties. So I like to make the patties about regular hamburger size, kind of an average hamburger. Now, you can also make mini size hamburgers, right? If you have little kids like I do, I make these little mini burgers for them, and they just feel so special. I just think it's the best thing in the whole wide world because Mommy made them mini burgers. You can pre-make these raw and freeze them, or you can even cook them and freeze them and just heat them up. And you can't even tell the difference. I mean, they're really, really good. almost time to pull out the meatloaf before we put it in for its second round. But we're gonna go ahead and prepare our fries. I like the Oregon, Idaho brand. All of their potatoes are gluten-free. This particular one is zesty and curly. For me, these ones, you don't even have to fry them. You can bake them into the oven at 450 for 14 to 18 minutes. Okay, so I want to show you my Foodsaver. I got this, it is really cheap, it's under $50 at Walmart, and it is worth its weight in gold. And I use it for all of my frozen goods. I use it for my chips, all sorts of things, and it really does help expand the life of foods. When you take it out, it's going to be just a little bit of watery. So what you're going to want to do is get some paper towels and just kind of soak up the juice. It's ketchup time. So we're all done putting ketchup on top of our meatloaf burgers. We're going to go ahead and raise the temperature to 425 degrees, and we're going to put this back into the oven for an additional 22 minutes. Okay, so these only need to cook for about 14 minutes at 425 degrees. We put in our meatloaf burgers just a couple of minutes ago. We're right at that mark, so I'm going to go ahead and slip these in the oven, and when the timer goes off, dinner will be done.
So here it is on a paper plate, so we don't have to do dishes. Thumbs up. And this is a really tasty treat. Kids look at it and they see meat and they see fries and they don't see any vegetables, and they think, wow, Mom, what a cool dinner.